In September of 2019, Governor Ron DeSantis showed up to a gas station groundbreaking in Daytona Beach. Many of us were surprised and asked the question, what's the big deal with Buc-ee's? Well, if you ask anyone with ties to Texas or someone who has been to a Buc-ee's travel center, they're likely to say it is worth the hype.
This is like if you were in the middle of a full-on cocaine binge and someone came up to you and said, dude, I want you to make me the ultimate gas station.
Buc-ee's was started in Texas, so they do brisket right.
We are giving you competition grade right here. We are bringing it to the consumer. I'm telling you, what we're winning with the trophies and all that is right here for you to grab.
Barbecue, beef jerky, homemade fudge, beaver nuggets. Out of all the things that make Buc-ee's stand out from the rest, nothing quite compares to their logo. This beaver is so precious to the company that they have been known to sue other businesses that even come close to resembling it. And when I say close, well, you be the judge.
The Buc-ee's beaver is fighting an alligator. Buc-ee's claims the cartoon alligator wearing a cowboy hat is too similar to its logo of a beaver wearing a baseball cap.
This logo has helped the company create an unprecedented brand for their industry. So where did this beaver come from? Our story begins 70 years ago with a character who you might just call the original Buc-ee Beaver.
Anna presents Buc-ee Beaver Engineer.
Buc-ee was the renowned mascot for Ipana toothpaste back in the 1950s. The character's popularity grew with regular appearances in the Saturday morning cartoon time slot. The beaver even had a cameo in the movie Grease.
Knocks out DK germs fast.
Arch Applin, the creator of Buc-ee's, was nicknamed Beaver as a child, and one of his father's colleagues called him Buc-ee Beaver after the Ipana toothpaste ads. Additionally, Arch had a beloved hunting dog growing up who was named, you guessed it, Buck. When it came time for Arch to open his first convenience store on July 28, 1982, he knew exactly what he was going to call it. Soon after, Arch partnered with another convenience store owner in the area, Don Wasick. The duo opened another store in 1985, and then another one soon after that, and another after that. And within 20 years, they had opened 20 stores. Buc-ee's growth was consistent, but if you had walked into one of these 20 stores, you might not have thought twice about it. They made subtle improvements, but nothing quite differentiated the Buc-ee stores from their competitors. That is, until 2003, when they opened a store in Luling, Texas. This store was different, and it resembled what most Buc-ee's fans would recognize today. The Luling store was located directly off an interstate and designed for long-distance travelers. Because this store was bigger, Applin didn't want customers to confuse it with a truck stop, so he banned 18-wheelers altogether. This store also started selling Buc-ee's t-shirts and a strange new snack, a caramel-covered puff that the company most appropriately called beaver nuggets. After the success of the Luling store, Applin recruited the help of Houston advertiser Lou Conhelio. Conhelio helped develop a key selling point for the company.
Texas has 79,000 miles of highway, so when the billboard says you can hold it, people really do.
We saw the sign here for 44 miles and waited.
Inside this Buc-ee's bathroom, Tim Morales and his maintenance team ensure that each one of their 83 stalls is not just clean, but Buc-ee's clean.
24 hours, there's somebody in here at all times.
Yes, sir.
Over the next few years, Applin and Wasick opened 2 new big stores. And with this increase in real estate came an increase in revenue. In 2001, the entire sales for the company totaled $63 million. In 2006, the sales increased to $202 million. And in 2015, the company brought in just shy of $1 billion. And since then, Applin and Wasik have opened many more 50,000 square foot stores. But not all of them have been happily welcomed. Residents of Denton were concerned and started a campaign to stop a new Buc-ee's set to be built in their city.
All of your Buc-ee's are out on major freeways in the middle of nowhere, not right around a major, quiet residential neighborhood. Why? Why did you pick this spot?
All of them are not in the middle of nowhere. Temple's in the middle of town.
I'm sorry, I grew up in Temple. That is not the middle of town. That is not near a residential area.
Buc-ee's ended up prevailing in Denton, but it didn't stop there. Arch and Wasik began purchasing land throughout the southeast, and on January 21st, 2019, they opened a new 53,000 square foot store in Robertsdale, Alabama. The first Buc-ee's opened outside of Texas. And yet again, Buc-ee's didn't receive the warmest welcome.
In total, the Buc-ee's chain has 34 locations. This is the first one outside of the Lone Star State. It's only been open for about 2 weeks, and it's already being sued.
In the following years, Buc-ee's continued to expand outside of Texas, with another store in Alabama, one in Georgia, and 2 in Florida. Today, Buc-ee's has 39 stores in operation. Compare that to 7-Eleven with a nationwide store count of nearly 12,000. But if you had the option to stop at a Buc-ee's or a 7-Eleven, which one would you choose? Buc-ee's doesn't measure its success with the amount of stores they have. They measure it by the loyalty of their customers, the cleanliness of their restrooms, and most importantly, the strength of their brand. A cartoon beaver in a baseball cap.